guys, back with us again in Video Talk bersama saya Asran Shady dan
Asran Shady dan Utri Farza. Kenapa jadi Asran Shady?
Asran Shady. Dia kayak ke Amerikaan dikit gitu.
Kenapa? Karena bintang tamu kita berasal dari Amerika hari ini.
Betul, karena apalagi saya kelihatannya agak keren ya hari ini Utri ya.
Enggak, ini kulitnya agak sedikit. Umurnya masih 26 tapi kok kayak 36 ya, Asran?
Kamu kayaknya, berapa sekarang Utri? Wah, cantik sekali Utri. Kayaknya habis treatment di salah satu
sekarang umurnya
tempat
17, kayak 16.
Kayak 16, sebelum Masehi. Baik. Baik, pemirsa semua, kita kedatangan seorang dokter, seorang tamu yang dokter yang sangat luar biasa di bidangnya, terutama di soal perkulitan.
Kulit, kecantikan.
Betul, yang namanya bikin kita terlihat muda, terlihat glowing seperti anak-anak umur 15 tahun gitu ya. Seperti Utri.
Dan inilah dia bintang tamu kita hari ini.
Dr. Danné Montague King.
Montague.
Montague.
Is it right?
Danné Montague King.
Montague King.
I spelled it right?
You did.
Yeah.
One of the few.
One in a million.
All right.
One in a million.
So we're going to talk about a lot of things, especially for skincare and skin treatment. So, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what we're hopefully going to do is talk about what is and not what is advertised.
Yes. I'm not going to talk about the products, the things, but we're going to talk about the concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to broaden in here.
Yes.
So what kind of concept are you going to bring to Indonesia that people know right now you're the doctor for Hollywood artists and anything. So
For beauty.
Yeah.
So people in Indonesia want to know about how to make them beauty.
Well, the good old reliable Hollywood.
All right.
And actually our clinics, we do have a couple in West Hollywood, but most of the California ones in that part are in Beverly Hills. But Beverly Hills doesn't seem to have the clout that Hollywood does because of all the celebrities. And yes, you're media people yourselves. You're both beautiful. You're both young, and you hopefully want to work for a long time.
Yeah.
And so it'd be great to be able to maintain what you have now for several more years. And you can. Okay? I've done it. I'm 76, and I've been traveling this planet for what, 50 years?
76.
76.
Everybody guess that you are 40 or something right now.
Did you all guess that?
Yes, we are. Asking all the audience here.
Nih, jadi tadi kita sudah berkenalan dengan Dr. Danné.
Danné.
Beliau adalah dokter kecantikan, dokter kulit dan kecantikan tentu saja, dan sangat terkenal di Amerika Serikat karena sudah menangani beberapa artis, banyak sekali artis-artis Hollywood, dan tentu saja kliniknya juga sudah dibuka di lebih dari 7.000 klinik di dunia ini.
7.000 klinik,
7.000 klinik, dan tentu saja kita akan mengorek seperti apa tipsnya untuk merawat kecantikan. Karena bukan hanya perempuan, laki-laki juga butuh perawatan.
Kegantengan, jangan lupa dong, kegantengan. Di sini kita akan buka, pemirsa, rahasia sebenarnya dari sebuah klinik kecantikan itu apa? Apakah memang kalau misalnya sekarang kita lihat yang tren-tren seperti botox, filler, tarik benang lah, gitu lah segala macam.
Don't forget Botox.
Yes,
botox segala macam. Apakah itu memang benar-benar akan membuat kulit kalian jauh lebih bagus atau malah justru berbahaya?
Nah, itu dia. Sekarang kita akan tanya.
Okay, to be honest with you, those innovations which are popular everywhere, I am shocked that this threads or feather lift, as we used to call it, is popular in Indonesia because it's died a long time death everywhere else. It was invented by a Russian company originally called Aptos, and in fact they were gold wires in the beginning with the little barbs, but then they realized that was a little bit dodgy, so it went into the suture itself, or the thread, and it became briefly popular in USA. I had it done by the Aptos company representative free of charge in return for my name and face in their videotape. So they could use my face to promote this everywhere. I said, why not? It's supposedly benign. That means harmless.
Okay.
Is it like slowly harmless? Okay.
But is it true?
Okay.
I was going to write about it too because I write for a great many scientific and industry journals, and when I write about something, I have to tell the exact truth. If it's good, fine. If it's BS, no. So I thought, okay, I'll have this done if it's so benign. They did 12. Neck, face, all that. I felt like a meat puppet.
Okay.
Every time,
I can't even speak right now.
I could, and then after about 6 months, they started to snap and retract. And they said, oh, don't worry about that. If it's benign, just leave them there.
Okay.
Or we can take them out.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. You know, now, the bad thing about the so-called feather lifter threads is that they can granuloma. What granuloma means is if a suture retracts under your skin, it coils up, your new cells rush to it and form a little barrier around it to isolate it. This is not supposed to be here. It's our autoimmune system, okay? And it's called a granuloma.
Granuloma.
And sometimes granulomas can show up on the surface as little horrible bumps. I saw, yeah, just like pearls under the skin. I saw one poor girl in South Africa, her whole face was covered with these granulomas because of all the thread she had put in. Okay. Now, this doesn't happen to everybody. Usually it's a benign procedure, but in my opinion, it's not teaching anything about the health of their skin, and it's certainly not lasting very long. You know, if you're spending that kind of money, and yes, it is cheaper than surgery.
Forever.
You want it for a while, at least. Well, I'm sorry, I had to go thumbs down on that one.
Okay.
And it disappeared from the medical venues. So here it pops up in Indonesia. I don't know why. You've got a lot of great doctors and great people here.
That's the problem right now because people always wanted to be beautiful and handsome in a cheap price.
Well,
you can spend like $100, $200 just to make yourself
For that? They're charging only that for the thread? What?
Yeah, it's around.
It's around $200, I think it's like.
And what about the anesthesiologist? They have to be paid too.
Yeah, perhaps they're using like some low quality feather, I think.
Oh my.
Oke, jadi tadi kita sudah bertanya.
Yeah, so that was out the window as far as I'm concerned. We've done much better than that for many years.
Okay.
Botox, nothing wrong with Botox if you have a concavity in the skin because of a muscle atrophy or something like that. Okay, like if you have deep frontalis lines. Has nothing to do with the skin. Is that the muscle tissue underneath has become somewhat atrophied and you collapses into deep retides, we call them. Okay, that's okay if it's a priority, if you're on television or something like that. But now these kids are going in and having it as a prosthesis against 20-year-olds. I can't believe it. I want to smack them. They're absolutely horrible. You know, they're not horrible, but the idea is
The idea is totally horrible. Like a meat puppet.
What about filler?
Filler, again, is for concavities. We have a matrix under our entire epidermis, hyaluronic acid. It's what all of our cells float in. As we get older, it gets thinner. And we lose that bounce and that turgidity that we enjoy at your age, you know. So we can restore that internally with certain types of supplementation. That we can do. But it's hard to do at a deep level on the outside. So yes, again, if that is a priority, fine, have it done. If it's done correctly and not for everything.
Okay.
Now you see some of these women running around here with huge cheeks. And fish lip. It's way over the top.
Okay.
They all look like sex change operations. It's way over the top.
So is it dangerous? No.
For some use, I mean.
It's very painful. It could be dangerous in the hands of the wrong practitioner. A really good surgeon, a really good dermatologist knows exactly how to do it and where to put it and what viscosity and what kind of syringe, blah, blah, blah. But this is the real story. If the skin is in good health, a good quality filler applied by a good doctor will last for a while. But if the skin is in deprivation, if it's starving for nutrients, which a lot of people are, the filler will be perceived as food by the skin cells and sucked right out. I came across a friend of mine in Palm Springs, California, a very old Swedish man. And his face was looking really thin and papery, and he was like 85 years old. And I said, Stefan, you need to go get some fillers and have some more treatments right away, DMK treatments, because he had stopped for like 2 years. He goes, oh, I just had fillers last week, and they're gone.
Oh.
And that's because his skin was starving for nutrition, and it took the hyaluronic acid from the filler material and right into the skin.
Okay.
This
So-
is going to be one more anything, right?
But it is not the answer to everything. If their skin is healthy, let's say they're an actor, actress, or a public figure, and they get a few deep concavities, but they don't want to have a full facelift.
Okay.
With the DMK, tightening everything as much as possible, and then those deeper ones can be lightly filled up. It'll stay longer, and for a priority or for a reason.
Okay. So we need to translate all of
Everything back.
Everything back. Ya,
Sorry.
jadi tadi kita sudah bertanya tentang
Tarik
apakah perawatan zaman sekarang ini seperti tarik benang, botox, filler,
segala macam
itu
itu
sebenarnya amankah atau tidak untuk digunakan? Nah, tadi jawabannya adalah untuk tarik benang di Amerika sendiri teknologi tersebut sudah di-ban atau sudah dilarang. Sementara memang di Indonesia memang bukan baru tapi beberapa tahun belakangan ini memang sering dipakai untuk kecantikan ya. Tetapi kalau dari menurut Danné tadi bahwa dikatakan itu adalah teknologi yang bisa dibilang kurang baik, tidak baik begitu, dan dapat mengakibatkan berbahaya. Ya.
Dan pertama kali itu ditemukan di Rusia, dan pertama kali tadi Danné bilang dia menggunakan semacam benang emas dimasukkan ke
kulit,
pipinya,
jaringan,
sehingga ketarik seperti itu. Tapi
bahkan Danné juga sendiri sudah pernah mencoba.
Ternyata hasilnya cuma sementara, dan sayang sekali kalau misalnya kita menghabiskan banyak uang cuma untuk tarik benang, habis itu ya sebulan kemudian udah turun lagi atau gimana, dan ada semacam efek yang tadi seperti dia bilang, ada luka-luka di sebelah sini.
Betul.
Terus nanti nutrisi kulit kalian itu akan memakan nutrisi yang diberikan oleh filler dan yang tadi, sehingga kulit kalian akan terus meminta. Jadi makin lama harus makin banyak suntikannya.
Iya, itu untuk botox dan filler begitu ya. Oke, sekarang next questions.
Alright.
We already told about everything you said, and
we're gonna ask you about the enzyme therapies.
Okay.
Enzyme therapies.
If an alien scientist came to this planet and confronted me and said, Dr. King,
Yes.
explain human body.
I will. All right.
so how you explain human body?
Okay, well, basically, if they wanted a simple explanation to an alien, obviously, I would say we are nothing more than a bag of fluids, a few chemicals, orchestrated by enzymes and held together with electromagnetic energy. Truly, that's what we are. And we're really, so that means we're not really as substantial as we think we are. But nothing can happen in the cellular structure of the body or skin without the intervention of an enzyme at some point. It orchestrates everything. And we use the enzymes in the skin, not in the product, but in the skin, to kickstart all the slowed down enzymatic activities that the skin's supposed to have anyway. We instigate transferase. Now, you know what that means. The word transfer, send a message from one cell to another. Wake up, do this, do that. Okay. This is only part of all of the activities we kickstart when we do these treatments. The enzyme application itself is not horribly comfortable. It's not painful, but it starts to pulse. And then you get tighter and tighter.
So this is you call, it's not beauty, pain is, beauty is pain, but beauty is healthy.
Well, there's no pain into this. Well, it's true that you don't have to go through a lot of pain to have good skin treatment. I'm just saying that after they get used to it, they don't mind. But it is 45 minutes of a lot of activity going on.
All right.
No pain.
No pain at all.
Just no pain. No
uncomfortable.
No kicking your feet into a blur. None of that. Okay.
All right.
All right. So what happens is, in addition to the enzymes being woken up in your skin and starting to do what they're meant to do, like when you were young, you also have homeostasis brought about by the intercellular fluids. For instance, if your intercellular fluids, those are the fluids inside our skin, are too high, you can be very red, always breaking out, always having problems, skin looks dry, angry, whatever. If they're too low, you look sallow, yellow, kind of greenish and tired, and that kind of stuff. But when everything is homeostasis, yin-yang, then the skin operates at full capacity. That also is happening. Then we have the famous plasmatic effect. It's famous all over the world. We own that term, by the way. I decided we had to grab it before somebody else did. Plasmatic effect. After the enzyme treatment is removed, they notice all of their capillaries, or capillaries, depending on what country you're from, are shining like a road map. You can see it through the translucent layers of skin. I wish we had something to put up on the screen. It's quite dramatic. Only lasts for 20 minutes. But this shows that we have taken oxygen from the lungs. By the way, skin does not breathe for you.
Okay.
What camera do I look at to talk to the audience?
It's 5 now.
Number 5.
5.
Yeah.
Your skin does not breathe for you. Your mother told you, take all that makeup off, you little tart. Your skin has to breathe. No.
No.
No. Skin does not. No.
Okay.
Skin does not pull oxygen in. That's why we have lungs. And when we breathe in this poisonous gas we call oxygen, and by the way, the human race has evolved over the centuries to adapt to this. If I brought someone forth from the 12th century into this studio, they would drop dead in 2 minutes from respiratory failure.
Yes.
Because air was different back then.
Yes.
Okay, so anyway, it's pulled into the lungs where it's stored in the alveolus for a little while, thank God, because it's dirty. Then when it's needed in the skin, it's uptaken through the veins and through the capillary loops, bringing oxygen to the skin cell and stimulating the mitochondria of the skin cell. That's the battery pack, just like these cell phones we have, a battery pack. Battery pack that keeps that cell alive.
Yeah.
And through ATP, that's kind of like the energy, it's called ATP. When that goes down and the mitochondria dies, the cell dies, and eventually they all die and we die. So part of the DMK treatment is to keep those mitochondria going at full force, keeping that cell younger, longer, and fully operating. That's just another part of the treatment. All these things are happening at one time.
Okay, let me explain to the audience first. They're really curious about what you say, especially for enzyme therapy. Jadi semacam enzyme therapy ini kayak semacam terapi yang baru gitu, Tri, ya. Jadi tugasnya adalah kita itu terbuat tuh dari enzim-enzim yang selama ini istilahnya
manusia ini terdiri ya.
Istilahnya itu tidur selama ini karena kita banyak aktivitas, kelelahan segala macam, dan tugasnya untuk terapi ini adalah membuat enzim itu bangun lagi,
improve di enzim ya.
Terus mencoba untuk menguatkan kembali diri kita, kulit kita jauh lebih bagus gitu.
Nah itu dia, dan kalau dari dulu kita sering mendengar ibu kita berbicara bahwa ayo itu makeupnya dihapus biar kulitnya bisa bernafas. Itu salah sebenarnya, bukan kulit yang bernafas, tapi manusia yang menggunakan paru-paru, dan paru-paru ini yang menghirup oksigen yang kemudian disebarkan ke seluruh tubuh, termasuk juga ke kulit kita. Begitu. Dan saya ingin mengajak, yuk yang pengen nanya, ayo silahkan tentang kecantikan. Tadi mungkin ada yang nonton, yang pengen nanya ulang, tadi soal filler gimana, soal botox gimana, atau mungkin pemutih. Nah,
pemutih
sekarang pemutih nih, kita pengen tanya. I want to ask you about whitening.
Whitening injections.
Whitening
a lot of people
injection.
doing it right now just to look wow.
Oh, you mean the phony glutathione injections?
So
there's such a thing as glutathione poisoning.
Oh ya?
Poisoning.
Sure.
Whitening is poisoning?
No,
glutathione berarti berbahaya.
Okay, now look, let me clarify that.
Okay.
I have IVs all the time.
Okay.
You know, the Myers cocktail, which is B7s, ascorbic acid, and sometimes glutathione. It is a powerful antioxidant. But if you're injecting it in your skin every single day to so-called whiten it, which it doesn't, you're going to end up with glutathione overload, kidney problems, bladder problems. Come on, people. Quit falling for this phony.
Yes.
No. Now, whitening, this is a ancient Chinese class system mindset. Same thing in Africa. It's a different class system, but whiter is better in Africa. You know, if you're a black person, you can't get a good job, you can't get laid, you can't get this, you can't get that, because you're too dark. If you're white, you'll get everything. Same as in Asia. Ancient emperors, their concubines, their queen, everybody else never worked, never went out in the sun. White as porcelain, white lily. Whereas the workers out, doing the real work, had muscles and everything. They were brown because they were in the sun. So low class, no money. White money. That mindset is still in modern Asia. My opinion, and we started this in Africa, we started a big political movement called Don't Mess With My Skin. the black people went crazy. The activists jumped on board. Television presenters like yourself everybody jumped on board. It went way beyond commercial into social. And it helped to change the mindset of so many young black people to be happy with what they have, what they're born with. But keep it even in tone and nice and bright. So I say this to Asian women and to Indonesian women. I don't know, you consider yourselves Asians?
Yeah. Of course.
Okay.
We are Asian.
I don't know.
We are Indonesian.
Indonesia's different than any other place I've ever been.
Oh my God, thank you.
I really love it here.
Yeah, thanks.
I mean, I won't go into that, but there's special things here that are not present in other countries.
So, Indonesia is a tropical country.
Yeah.
We have, and in Jakarta,
Pollution is crazy.
pollution is everywhere.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's crazy. So,
But Taiwan is no different.
Yeah, isn't it affections your
Cut
skin?
the knife. Cut
more
the
or less, just like that. So, how can we maintain our skin?
If you don't mind, since you're a media star, let me use you as an example.
Okay.
Now, you've
Mrs.
got.
Putri Farsa.
Now, you are not one of these dead white porcelain young Chinese girls.
No.
You have-
Indonesian.
you have
we call it sawo matang.
Sawo matang.
Sawo
Great.
matang.
So you have a nice tone. It's almost a little bit Mediterranean-ish, I
Yeah.
would say. Yeah. Okay. You want to keep this tone even and bright your whole life, but you don't want to change it into some corpse-looking white skin. But many do. And they are suckers for all these bleaching creams and Korean who are cranking stuff out.
Whitening injection.
Yeah, I mean, Korea's now become like Japan was back in the 40s. Cranking everything out. I mean, it's a joke. Once anybody understands the pathway of melanosomes, those are the little cells that bring pigmentation to the surface, the melanosomes, melanocytes, melanin, okay? Everybody has their own racial caste. This was originated when the earth was formed for people to exist in the climate that their ancestors were born in. Hence, the black people, the equatorial rays from the sun were direct. So the deep pigmentation reflects light and radiation away, no skin cancer, etc. The tight hair, air conditioning, because when they perspired, it would be caught up in the tight strands and then the wind could cool it. Most of these people wandered, in the Transvaal. They were tribes. They had the tribal wandering from place to place. So nature's endowed everybody with special characteristics to exist in their environment. That's my philosophical thought.
Okay.
Now, having said that, everybody should be happy with what they have. Just make sure it is in good strength, even, bright in tone. None of this whitening crap. Now, yeah, we can. Well, it is. Come on. Now we can lighten up dark skin. We can remove melasmas. Older women are very concerned about that. The big, brown patches.
Yeah.
Some of them are raised up, and they're called lentigos. Those could be pre-cancer. So yes, we address those. Boys that play out in the soccer fields and stuff like that, they have acne flare. They end up with big brown spots. They're concerned about that. So we can remove those things. But none of this making you whiter than you really are by nature.
Alright, jadi let me translate first.
Okay.
Jadi tadi kita berbicara soal whitening injection atau suntik putih lah istilahnya. Saya pernah ingat Putri itu katanya ada semacam senyawa bilangnya namanya glutathione. Glutathione ini ternyata itu tidak baik untuk tubuh karena pada saat glutathione itu disuntikin, apalagi kalau misalnya disuntik ke badan kita, ke tubuh kita, itu tidak baik untuk ginjal.
Apalagi terus-menerus dan sering dilakukan.
Betul.
Bisa saja itu sama seperti racun untuk tubuh kita.
Betul sekali. Jadi kalau misalnya teman-teman nih yang suka suntik putih di rumah segala macam bisa di maintainin lagi. Jadi jangan sering-sering. Jadi kalaupun pengen suntik, I'm sorry sir.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about vitamin C injection. Is it safe?
Yes.
Oke.
Are you kidding? I do it once a week.
Oke, 1 kali seminggu boleh suntik vitamin C untuk maintain kulit kalian. Jadi jangan pakai
And
suntik
topically.
putih. Okay.
I've always used ascorbic acid in all my formulas since 1960s.
Okay.
And it also is this is going to be a stunning statement.
Yes.
Repeated many times.
Okay.
It is the only chemical that will stimulate collagen in the fibroblast cell in the skin directly. It's the boss of the collagen factory.
Oke, jadi itu suatu chemical yang bisa merubah struktur kulit dari dalam hingga kulit itu jadi jauh lebih baik begitu. Jadi,
untuk vitamin C ini,
betul
ya. Baik, So next question. In your clinic, you don't use any machine. You don't use any hydroquinone, whitening. You don't use injection. No.
First of all, I don't
Injection.
have.
And so, can you explain about your treatment?
All right, now let's define this.
Okay.
Let's be real here. First of all, I don't personally have a clinic.
Okay.
Okay.
I have an enormous building and labs and a pretty cool office.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to have clinics years ago before I became a rich, cranky old man.
Oh, you're so rich.
Pretty rich.
Yeah, very rich.
Next,
I can
next.
see by your watch.
Go on.
Ratto.
Oh my God, it's diamonds, all of it.
Yes. Diamonds are a boy's best friend.
Can you just please answer my question?
I'm answering your, what was it? C76, forgot. Short term, what was it?
So about your
So,
treatment.
about your treatment, you don't use a machine, you
All right,
don't
wait,
use
stop right there.
injection.
Okay, stop right there. Some of the doctors, and we have a lot of doctors in Ukraine and Russia, do injections.
Yes.
But they don't do them unless the client has had a full range of DMK treatments because they know that healthy skin will accept these things much better and last longer. Do they need to do it? No, not necessarily, but it helps in certain cases. What else don't we do?
Injection?
Injections.
We do some
You do
if they
some?
do it, but they don't have to.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
Okay.
It's not necessary.
So you
If
do-
you're not an MD, if let's say you're just a good skin therapist, and many are, and we're getting some pretty good ones in Indonesia. I'm very impressed. From when I first came here, some of these people know what the hell they're doing. I'm shocked, you know. But and especially Imelda.
Okay.
She's sitting over there without any makeup on, looking at her cell phone. But anyway, no, we don't need any of those things. But if they happen to have them, we're not going to say, stop, stop. We'll show them how to work our protocol with it and get much, much better results than what they were ever getting before. Because let's say, for instance, you were 65, okay, male. And you notice all these lines, your forehead, around your eyes, turkey feet, crow's feet. Condor feet.
Okay, condor
So
feet.
you go to a doctor, and you have heard Botox makes you look younger. So he'll inject you. He'll tell you that it will take 3 to 10 days for it to kick in.
Yes.
Yeah.
You go home, you look in the mirror, and there's the same old hyperpigmented, wrinkled up, dry skin looking face. And by the time the 10th day rolls around, yeah, some of those deeper lines seem to have gone away, but you're still not that happy. You're not going to go back to that doctor and spend a whole bunch more money in getting that done over again because it didn't turn out like you actually thought. And that's the general public, how they feel.
Okay.
So these doctors who are depending on those things only are losing passive income, they're losing reputation, they're not going anywhere, period. And that's the real truth.
Okay.
So what else don't we have? You mentioned some. You said
Hydroquinone, sorry?
Oh, no,
but
no.
But you already.
We've got so.
answered.
No, first of all, bleaching is not the answer.
Okay.
Most of the brown spots in hyperpigmentation are raised up in the upper epithelial cuticle. That's the surface dead skin cells.
Okay.
Easy to remove, depending on case. Whether it's a passive hyperpigmentation, which is from hormonal change, middle-aged man or woman, or inflammatory, which is from outside attack. Those are the two categories, okay? The last one is fast. Hormonal one takes longer because you're dealing with internal as well. We can get that taken care of, but the real trick is to stop new pigmentation from rushing to that area while we remove the old.
Okay.
And that's
With
what,
the enzyme?
with enzymes, with other exfoliatives, with other things we use. Enzymes aren't the only thing. It's only one tool in the box. Hydroquinone is a bleach. It will slightly interrupt the enzymatic transfer of melanin to the melanocyte, but it is a bleach. At 2%, which is mostly all allowed medically, no, 4% medically, sorry, hydroquinone poisoning later on down the line. And the hyperpigmentation comes back even worse, and they can get ochronosis. And ochronosis in Asia can become very common. It's where it gets really dark, and that is one step to cancer.
Jadi memang ada banyak sekali perawatan-perawatan yang sering dilakukan oleh masyarakat Indonesia, tapi memang yang tidak dilakukan Kalau tadi saya sebut klinik, beliau tidak
Nggak
ingin
mau bilang,
disebutkan
nggak
ini
mau.
klinik. Ini
Dia-
bukan klinik.
Dia punya lab yang besar, terus perusahaan yang gede, terus riset-riset yang luar biasa sehingga dia bisa menghasilkan sesuatu atau enzim terapi ini untuk membuat istilahnya kita semua tuh mendapatkan perawatan yang benar. istilahnya.
Betul. Jadi jangan menggunakan perawatan yang asal-asalan atau tanpa mengetahui efek sampingnya dan juga tanpa konsultasi karena konsultasi itu sangat penting kan. Orang Indonesia ini kan memang sering suka instan. Jadi akhirnya kadang-kadang memilih perawatan yang tidak
And by the way, what we're talking about is not exclusive just to the face and neck. It's the whole body.
It's a whole body.
Yeah,
You
it's
put the enzyme in the whole body.
Oh yeah, and other things too.
So, jadi bukan hanya untuk muka saja, tetapi juga bisa untuk seluruh badan untuk
Ini
enzim
kelihatannya mudah
konsep
semua
ini.
ya, nggak cuma muka tapi tangan, kaki.
When I first came here years ago, I didn't think the Indonesian men and women were that interested in body treatments. You always focus on face.
Yeah.
But I was wrong. Our flagship clinic here in Jakarta has been doing body sculpting treatments that my eyes came out of my head.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I know I've depended on it for male muffin top.
Yeah.
Do you know what male muffin top is?
I know, but
put some jeans on that are just the muffin top.
I mean, like the cold sculpting right now is really common, right? In
Have
here
you
right
tried it?
Yeah. No, not yet. I know I got a couple in my bodies right now.
You
Look
don't
at this.
really? No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah.
Next year.
There's a couple you can see.
So can people use the enzyme concept to
To lose weight or
lose
anything.
weight? Yeah.
Well, first of all, the body sculpting doesn't lose weight. What it does is it hydrolyzes the toxic fat that makes the cellulite bumps. So they smooth out. And we use thermogenesis to do that. That's heat, chemical heat. Now, you mentioned cool sculpting.
Yeah.
Already ahead of those guys. We've been doing the cryotherapy with the body sculpting for what? 30 years.
Oh my God.
And see, if you have puffy type fats,
Like
water, with a lot of water,
Like mine?
I don't know. Cheeky kid here. No. Then we use the cryotherapy, pushes water away from those fatty lipid sites, so then it comes down. But if it's hard adipose fat,
Yes.
the cellulite, lumpy, peau orange peel type, then the heat. And those are the only two modalities that can actually control the cellulite in the body. As far as weight,
Yeah.
it's what you put in your mouth that has everything to do with weight. And I did the keto diet before it was the keto diet. I did the Atkins diet, which is basically the beginnings of the keto diet back in the 70s before. I always knew that my body did not tolerate a lot of carbs. I was type O positive blood, and your blood type indicates your carb resistance or not. I'm O positive. That's the original caveman diet. That's what all humans on the planet in the beginning had. What did we have to eat back then? Whatever we could catch running on the hoof,
Yeah.
or any wild vegetable or wild fruit. We did not have pasta, breads, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It was the Asians, the Mongols, that came later into the steppes and all the different countries surrounding that area that learned how to mill and make things with rice and make noodles and breads and everything. And their blood type changed over time, and they became the carb type people.
Yeah.
See, you're probably a carb type person. You are too.
Yeah.
People in Indonesia,
You love rice a lot.
we eat rice every day.
But see, if I ate rice every day, I would puff up like the Michelin X logo man. No, I would, like Michelin X. No. Wobo Yao.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not going to do it.
Iya.
But yeah, that all comes in with the package. And most of our practitioners are trained to guide people along these kind of lines. Because we know that we can't follow people home and observe everything they're doing in their lifestyle. And if they truly have a desire, the main thing that makes me the most thrilled is not making a lot of money or being a bintang all over the world. I don't care about that anymore. I really don't. I don't even relate to it anymore. But it's when people's lives literally changed. And we have some stories that would make some of them are in my book.
Yeah. Oh, there's the book.
Yeah.
Truth about medical aesthetic. See?
Iya.
Now,
Di sini kita
a lot of people are going to be mad when they read this.
Yes, especially
Jadi di sini-
the one who have a clinic.
Jadi di buku ini ya. Di buku ini ada banyak sekali bocoran-bocoran tentang bagaimana yang benar sebenarnya pada dalam medical estetik atau perawatan kulit begitu ya. Dan kalau baca buku ini mungkin kita lebih tahu banyak nanti.
One quick statement about the doctors here. There are some very fine doctors here. I have met them.
Okay.
And they have an innate grasp of the entire body physiology, anatomy, chemistry, everything. They paid attention to medical school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm very grateful for their support and everything. But then you've got some others that are not so. I wonder how they got a medical license. I mean, how can they, their thinking is so abstract and stupid. So quick fix, this product. And even some pharmacists, you think they would know better. Pharmacists are the true chemists of the medical industry.
Yeah. Sometimes we ask to pharmacists.
I cannot believe how dumb they are. Again, I've met 2 or 3 really smart ones and nice ones. And when we sit and talk, we don't talk about products or DM carrier. We just talk about, hey, what we're working on. I have such a good time here in this city, in this country. Okay, he's
Sometimes
becoming
I want to
time
ask you
tense.
about the vitamins injections. My friends just keep teaching me here. It's like they said like vitamin C. Vitamin C, is it making your skin brighter, or sometimes people get sometimes like.
All right, ascorbic acid does help to brighten skin. I've had it in all of my formulas my whole career. It also enhances collagen production where it's needed. Now, here's a little fact about collagen. There's a factory called the fibroblast cell, okay? It makes 2 products, collagen and elastin. Now, let's say the workers in the factory are up by the front door, and the boss has gone on a fishing trip. So they don't have anything. Okay, we're going to lay around, whatever, smoke a little joint here, whatever.
Okay.
Punishable by death, as it says in Brunei. But anyway, so he's gone, no collagen's being made in that poor lady or man's skin. The boss comes back, suddenly, unexpectedly. Aha, you little so-and-so, kick them in the bum, get to work. So they jump up and they start the conveyor belt, which is called a peptide. And they start adding little components, and it goes throughout the factory to the back door, thrust out into the matrix of the skin, and becomes strong teenage collagen fibers. And these kind of float up and support the old, sagging, tired out collagen adult fibers that have been there for many years. So you get a firming of the skin. This is what we do. Okay, but now if you make too much collagen, let's say you have a cut in the skin, someone cuts you. All right, the first thing to do is reparation from underneath.
Yes.
So the baby collagen fibers and all the new cells start to get ready. They're going to begin their journey up to the surface to heal that breach. But they are controlled by certain policemen of the skin that regulate their journey. And if any of those policemen are compromised, such as collagenase, it's an enzyme that determines how much new collagen goes and how fast, and that is destroyed by the drug Accutane, which is sold for acne everywhere. It's a terrible drug. All right, anything happens, these baby new cells rush to the surface and they overblow the injury and become a scar. That's how scars are formed. They remodel unnaturally on the surface and become a scar.
Okay.
So when you see a product that says, promotes new collagen,
No.
don't buy it
No,
because
don't buy it. Okay,
you may not need new collagen.
Okay. We all have in our body, right?
Well, we do, and sometimes we do need it. I do. And yes, ascorbic acid will be great for that topically and by injection. But lightening will not happen by injection. It only happens topically.
Oke.
Okay.
Jadi begini teman-teman ya, kalau misalnya pengen suntik pun ya Putri, ini bagusnya
Suntik vitamin C.
Vitamin C, karena itu istilahnya membangunkan kolagen-kolagen dalam tubuh kita, sehingga kolagen tersebut dapat membuat semacam imun untuk kulit kita sendiri, sehingga kolagen itu sebenarnya kita nggak usah beli atau karena pil-pil segala macam, karena diri kita dan tubuh kita juga udah punya.
Dan akan memproduksi sendiri jika dibutuhkan. Nah, ketika kita kemudian menginjeksi atau suntikan vitamin C seperti itu, sementara tubuh kita tidak membutuhkan, maka sebenarnya tidak ada gunanya sama sekali.
Betul sekali.
Bahkan mungkin bisa berbahaya.
Nah, itu tadi.
Bagi ginjal.
Yes.
Nah, tadi sudah dijelaskan.
Hati-hati.
So, next question is, can you tell us about the celebrity on Hollywood who use this
kind of method?
Okay, so we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Not me.
Okay. But we need to ask.
Well,
we need to ask.
Huh?
Yeah, we need to ask. You just can tell us.
Okay, my DMKC, which is my silicone foundation, is used widely in movies all over the place in Hollywood. You've seen it in a million movies. And the male stars like it because it doesn't look like makeup on them under the HD camera, which, as you know,
HD camera can show all.
Everything, I know. You can't see oil-based foundations look like makeup. But mine doesn't. And it also refracts light to where it takes about 10 years off everybody's face. So you probably should be wearing a diaper now if you had it on, but you don't.
You got me.
Okay, so I can truthfully say it's used on Dancing with the Stars all the time. Brad Look, who's the top Emmy Award makeup artist in Hollywood, uses it all the sci-fi movies, all the special effects movies, everything you've ever seen out of Marvel. It's my foundation.
Okay. So
Will Smith adores it because he's a very concentrating actor and he hates makeup artists on the set jumping up every 5 minutes to touch his face when it shines. Get out, man. So he loves it.
Okay.
And, and let's see who else. Angelina
Jolie.
Bassett.
No, Bassett,
of
yeah.
American Horror Story and
Yeah.
other movies. She will allow me to say her. She is a very nice lady. Besides being a lady of great dignity at 61, she is a good heart. So she hasn't asked for anything in return.
No.
Now, after the show, Google Angela Bassett Academy Awards this year. And her name.
Yeah.
You will see her walking on the stage getting the Oscar. This woman on that night looked 30. She's 61. She's also very dignified, so she's not the type that would sashay and wink. She did that. And she got away with it because she knew she could. That's called confidence.
Yes.
And that's what we do with DMK is we give confidence from outside in.
Ya. So, jadi memang tidak sembarangan bisa menyebutkan nama artis yang menggunakan DMK ini ya. Tetapi ya hanya ada beberapa saja yang bisa disebutkan namanya. Tadi salah satunya adalah aktris
Angela Bassett dan juga Will Smith.
Smith also.
Would it help if I told you that several years ago I did a special lecture in Brunei for the Sultan at the palace and all his wives and everybody had treatment.
Okay.
And it was supposed to be 1,000 for Pro Alpha 6 layer. And Jessie Lau Sohar, who was my nurse at the time there, she took me over. She came into my suite. She goes, "You cannot charge them 1,000 per person." I go, "Okay, fine, 600." She goes, "No, you don't understand. They think it's too cheap."
We only have 5 minutes more.
Okay.
So I need to explain again.
Okay.
Jadi memang seperti yang tadi kita sambung ya bahwa tidak sembarangan memang bisa menyebutkan nama artis karena iya di Amerika memang begitu ketatnya ketika ingin ibaratnya endorse ya.
Endorse gitu ya.
Nah, itu tidak sembarangan. Jadi tidak bisa disebutkan walaupun memang sangat banyak yang menggunakan teknologi ini ya.
Tadi sudah disebutkan juga sama Dr. Danné adalah hampir semua film-film Hollywood, artis-artis Hollywood itu menggunakan istilahnya punya si Dr. Danné ini satu barang ataupun satu teknologi enzim terapi yang ditemukan oleh Dr. Danné. Okay, that's the two last questions here.
Sure.
How about laser?
Well, okay. In the old days, chemical peels were big for the doctors to do. Okay, they would just blast the hell out of the skin cells. Burn the hell. Laser does pretty much the same thing. It vaporizes the hell out of the skin cells. Now, it depends on what kind of laser you're talking about. There are all kinds of laser. Okay. The light in laser can have some benefit for special things, not for all over, especially for Asians. The Asians cannot successfully have the CO2 laser. Forget it. You'll end up with hyperpigmentation, red face for life. It's horrible. Okay, but for some things it's very beneficial. Again, it just depends on the laser. What's the other question?
Okay, the question is how about the vitamin E? A lot of pills, capsule right now you said like vitamin E 400 IU, 1000 IU can make your skin brighter and better. Another bull. Yeah.
First of all, tocopherols are very good. Those are vitamin E's. They're very good. I use them all the time. I use good ones. They are best suited in the immune defense of the skin cells. They're like the army because they're in lipid form. They're like an army. So if any free radicals are attacking you, like the minute you walk out of the studio, you know, tocopherols will come out. Oh no, stop! Oh. Now some of the bad guys will get through. And that's why we use so many antioxidants, because we have to baffle all the way through to the DNA of the skin to protect it. So I load the formulas up. But that's what they're good for. It has nothing to do with melana. Well, yes, of course. But nothing to do with brightening the skin.
All lie again.
Jadi gitu, Asran. Jadi kita punya waktu untuk
don't these companies show their research and say this is how?
No, almost other advertising said that if you drink this pills like vitamin E, blah blah blah, you have a bright skin, a better skin. Blah, blah, blah.
First of all, they're very much aware of the paranoia of the Asian women for this kind of skin. So they just say anything is good. Oh, cow poop is good for skin. Trust me, people would be
selling for the product ya. Dan itu dia tadi wawancara kita bersama ngobrol-ngobrol kita tentu saja di Video Talk bersama Dr. Danné Montague King.
Montague King.
Yes.
Montague.
How is this being sold in Indonesia? How is this being sold in Indonesia? I don't know.
Perhaps we have to call the publisher first, and after that we can use it. There's a lot of bookstores.
You know, this was written for Indonesia.
Okay, I think.
Mudah-mudahan ini banyak manfaatnya nanti tentu saja. Dan sekali lagi kecantikan itu adalah sebenarnya merupakan kepercayaan diri dari dalam. Bagaimana kecantikan itu bisa tumbuh, bisa muncul dengan kepercayaan diri yang kita miliki tentu saja.
But it started a horrible trend because DMK China found out about this. Oh, we want the rights to publish it in China. I said, no, I'll write one for China. Chinese people.
Tapi yang jelas pemirsa adalah kalau misalnya kita tadi sudah berbicara banyak, jadi hati-hati menggunakan istilahnya hal-hal yang berbau dengan kecantikan. Seperti suntik, botox lah, filler lah, tarik benang segala macam. Karena tadi sudah kita dengar bahwa efeknya itu pertama hanya sebentar saja dan bisa menimbulkan efek berbahaya juga.
Betul, side effect-nya sangat berbahaya. Dan kalau ingin tahu lebih banyak lagi, silahkan langsung saja membaca buku ini, The Real Truth About Medical Aesthetics.
And by the way, this is my real hair.
Okay, real hair, 76. I still have a very brown hair.
And your picture here is not your.
No, that's my real hair. It's just dyed and longer.
So thank you very much.
Thank you. You've been an absolutely delightful couple. One of the best I've ever worked with. I've worked with a lot.
Oh my God, thank you very much.
Dan itu tadi ngobrol-ngobrol kita. Dan semoga banyak manfaatnya ya, tentu saja.
Yang jelas adalah, ingat, cantik itu dan ganteng itu ada dalam diri kalian sendiri.
Saya Utri Farza.
Saya Asra Syadi. Dadah.